In the One Punch Man webcomic, we are entering into the third major arc of the One Punch Man series, the Ninja arc. The first arc being, I guess, the Boros arc, even though it wasn't a whole arc centered around him. The second arc was the Monster Association arc, which we got halfway through in the season 2 of the anime, and now going into the third arc after that's over, now we're getting to the Ninja arc. Now the ninjas are people like Speed of Sonic Sound, Flashy Flash, the people who are one of the very few to graduate their class of the ninja ranks. They're insanely powerful, they're one of the only ones to survive the training in the ninja village. And now we're gonna find out about the founding ninja, who's supposedly like a monster himself. He's so insanely powerful, he can cast like 5 ninjutsus every 0.2 seconds. Like, this dude is supposed to be absolutely nuts, and the only person that could beat him was Blast. Blast had beat him, and now he's been in recovery deep in the depths somewhere for a really long time, but he's back. Before we go any further and introduce you guys to the founding ninja, I want to talk about our partner for today's video. It's a game you've probably never heard about. Raid Shadow Legends. Of course you know Raid Shadow Legends. It's the game that all the YouTubers are talking about. But what's new is now it's on the PC. Running it on the PC is 1,000 times better. The animations and the graphics are much smoother. The gameplay is far more easy to understand and grasp, and overall, it's just a much more pleasurable experience. As you progress through the game, you unlock new champions with different skills and abilities, and it's your job as the player to organize your team, invade these dungeons, and fight these powerful bosses with the best team available. Some of those bosses are really hard. You can see me die here and here and here. Best of all, it's a completely free game to play that doesn't take a lot of space to download and put on your computer. And it's also cross-compatible with your phone, so you can pick up where you left off on your PC and walk away with your phone to keep playing. Join me in playing Raid right now by clicking the link in the description, downloading Raid, and starting to play today. You can join me. My nickname in-game is Mastar Media, and make sure you click that link so that you can get the 50,000 free silver and a free epic champion when you start. You're gonna need all that silver to upgrade your gear so you can beat those difficult bosses. So during Arc 2 of One Punch Man, Flashy Flash and Saitama kind of team up and they kind of fight each other a little bit like in a sparring match. What happens is eventually Saitama breaks Flashy Flash's sword, which he calls insta-kill, his prized possession. And so this arc begins with Flashy Flash basically showing up at Saitama's house, who is now an A-class hero, by the way, which is pretty cool. My boy's moving up the ranks, and he wants Saitama to repair his sword or either pay for it. But before he goes any further talking about the sword, he says, you will become my disciple. Flashy Flash wants Saitama to become his disciple, which makes Genos his Grand Master. And for whatever reason, Saitama agrees on this, and they have this little sparring match where Flashy Flash says, if you can land any hit on me at all within 30 seconds, then you win and you don't have to be my disciple. But if you can't touch me, then now I'm your master. So they have this fun little battle going on here. Flashy Flash doesn't have a sword anymore, so he's just doing so this guy has a crazy amounts of physical combat ability. His attacks seemingly rival even Garo. Now, Saitama's not obviously not trying at all. He's just like putting his hand out and stuff, and Flashy Flash is dodging it all around, doing all these crazy moves and everything. Eventually, Saitama ends up cornering Flashy Flash against a wall and uses a death punch against him, but right as it's about to hit, Genos interrupts the fight and stops it and says, right now, there's a bunch of monsters attacking and we have to go. So Flashy Flash says, well, technically you didn't touch me, so now you're my disciple. I'm your master, which makes Genos the junior disciple to Flashy Flash. Flashy Flash is Genos' Grand Master. Whatever. Flashy Flash is probably one of my favorite characters in the One Punch Man manga. The anime did not do him justice at all, but in the manga, he is so damn cool. As they go to fight these monsters in the city, they run into Speed of Sonic Sound. And Flashy Flash and Sonic know each other because they're both ninjas. What ends up happening is they get attacked by all of the other ninjas in the village, all of the elite ninjas who are able to pass their school. Now, we actually got introduced to 2 other ninjas earlier, which Flashy Flash fought in just this crazy battle. The art in the manga was just unbelievable. One of my favorite chapters. The way that 2 of those guys fight in this chasm is just amazing. And so now we get to see Flashy Flash and Sonic end up teaming up together to take on all these ninjas, and they make quick work of them, particularly because they've been fighting Saitama so much that these elite ninjas are like nothing compared to them, and they're able to wipe out all of these ninjas single-handedly. But as they're dying, one of the ninjas is on the ground saying, no matter what, you won't be able to beat that man. And that man they're talking about is the founding ninja, who has now come back to life. He's been recovering for a really long time, and now he's back, and he's, I guess, ready to cause terror or do whatever the founding ninja does. The strongest in ninja history, the man who once stood at the top of assassination industry and ruled the world from behind the scenes. Instead of retiring from the front lines after creating the ninja village, he continued to kill all sorts of figures. The number of lives he has claimed is in the 6 figures, saying this guy's killed over 100,000 people. He is completely merciless. Even important figures whose names will be passed down in history have been eliminated by that man as part of his job. According to the rumors, his true nature is not human. And as we get to see pictures of him, no, he doesn't look human at all. A comrade once investigated the concealed past of that man. He later disappeared without a trace, but he was able to confirm that he had been alive, continuously conducting assassinations for 300 years. So this guy is a very ancient being, the one who created the entire ninja society, and an assassin of unfathomable proportions. He has different skin colors on different parts of his body, as well as multiple heartbeats. In addition, if the target has a strong and healthy body, he will take all of their blood. The most important thing is his overwhelming power. Even if all of us attacked him at once, it wouldn't be a fight. He can handle us like an infant. I cannot imagine any human that would be capable of those moves. He could deliver ninjutsu with fantasy-like power 4 to 5 times every 0.2 seconds. So this guy can cast like 20 spells every second. If that man gets serious, he could finish you two off in less than a second. And here, this is the dying ninja talking to Flashy Flash and Sonic. And then here we see that the founding ninja is waiting for them at their old hiding spot, waiting to bring their heads back as they speak. Because Flashy Flash and Sonic, I guess they like abandoned the ninja village, or they escaped. So what happens is we learn that about the ninjas and their infancy, and basically like they're sold to the ninja village below 7 years old, and they have to like go through this just hell of training. One day is 72 hours, and you only like get to sleep 6 hours of that every like 3 days essentially, and it's just constant training. They become these elite super assassins and everything like that. And I guess I'm a little unfamiliar, but I guess you have to stay in the ninja village eventually. After 10 years, you're sent off to like the underworld to, I guess, work as a for hire. Now here's the interesting thing. We know that Blast and the founding ninja fought, and the founding ninja lost to Blast, and that's why he's been in recovery so long. He actually is still alive. But here's the thing we learn. It was Blast who attacked the ninja village, and in doing that, he killed a whole bunch of the orphan ninjas. Remind you of anything?
What are we going to do?
Now this is probably the most important panel of the whole chapter, and I'll get into that after we find out what happens with the founding ninja, because we do learn what happens to him in this chapter. But I can say right here that this potentially means that Blast is evil, and he could be an opponent in the future. So as Flashy Flash and Sonic go together to investigate and go challenge and fight the founding ninja, they notice something. They get to their old hiding spot where the ninja's supposed to be, and there they find Saitama with the silhouette of a ninja inside a crater in the building. Saitama is just elegantly sitting there with all of those ninja weapons, and they're like, "Saitama, what are you doing here?" And he says, "I was just standing here and some weird ninja guy came at me and I punched him through a wall." He says, "I don't really get it, but he said something about some legendary demon blades, and there's 2 of them. Here, they're for you." So remember, Saitama had to repay Flashy Flash for breaking his sword, and he got him these legendary demon blades from the founding ninja. So hopefully that's a big upgrade for Flashy Flash. I'm guessing he's gonna give one to Sonic too, but they didn't really clarify that. So what does all this mean? The most important thing is, I guess maybe it's not a ninja arc, or it's just a very mini ninja arc. These webcomic chapters, there's only 118, and I believe the manga has far surpassed that already, and it's like pretty much just a little over halfway through the Monster Association arc. So each of these could be like an episode or two for every one of these chapters. It could be like a little mini ninja arc. But it actually, what I think it really is a blast arc. I think that the major villain of arc 3 is going to be Blast. The most important thing that we learned from this whole chapter and this whole build-up is that Blast killed all of these orphans.
Killing younglings.
And he's supposed to be a hero. So we don't know much about him. He's mysterious. He beats anybody he faces. He's kind of like Saitama in the sense that like just nobody can beat him. He seems to be impossibly strong. We don't know where he is or what he's doing at this moment. He also doesn't like to be told what to do. He kind of, even though he's the #1 hero, he just kind of does his own thing and I guess interferes whenever he wants to. That's why the Hero Association has no control over him. That's why he didn't appear in any of the S-Class hero meetings or anything like that. Does this mean that fans may finally get what they want to see and that's Saitama actually getting a challenge? Or we're just going to have a repeat of the final bosses from Arc 1 and 2 where they're super insanely powerful, but you know, maybe they can land some hits on Saitama, but it doesn't hurt him, and Saitama still doesn't really have to go full power. Fans want to see Saitama get pushed to his limit. Apparently there was an interview with the creator where he said he's never going to do that, but who knows? Times have changed, maybe his taste will change, and maybe he's going to make Blast actually give Saitama a challenge, and we can see Saitama go all out. Probably not, but hey, it'd be awesome if we got it. But I thought it was really cool that there's all this buildup of the founding ninja. He disappeared almost immediately from one punch from Saitama, but in that we learn that Blast is actually probably evil. And that's pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next video. Awarida!